How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan, and this is CT Fletcher.
Yeah!
I'm Ryan, this is Ade, and here we go with another edition of Box Talk. Today, one of my personal favourite heavy matches in a long, long time, Deontay Wilder, the big puncher, the Olympian, the bronze medalist, versus Malik Scott. 15 years in the game, used to spar with Lennox Lewis, had always been a great boxer, but he's never come to fruition. Here we go. Crossroads match for Eliminator. Ade, what do you think?
About bloody time. I mean, I've been shouting about this Deontay Wilder. Who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? He's got the best knockout record in the history of boxing. 100% KO record. But he's fought nobody. And don't no one come on and start commenting and say he fought Audley Harrison, because like I said, he's fought nobody. It's a very, very dangerous fight. It shouldn't be an eliminator. I'm not having that as an eliminator fight, because I think both of them need to do a bit more for me. But it's a very risky fight if you're Deontay Wilder. I mean, you ask a lot of boxing pros, and they'll give you that Malik Scott could be favourite to win this, and I'm with them. I'm slowly but surely going to Malik Scott way.
When it comes to heavyweights, these two are two guys at the total opposite end of the spectrum. One guy's got all the power, all the rawness, all the everything that you want in a heavyweight, as in physical size, physical strength, aggression. The other guy's totally the opposite side. All the skill, all the speed, all the slickness, but no power. And then you have to question both their mentalities. Whereas Wilder's been protected well by fighting guys he could knock out.
Yeah. But
Scott's been in the game for so long and still ain't put no one on the marquee notice, because there's something about Malik Scott.
Yeah, you know, Malik Scott's one of those why he's in that. Unfortunately for him, he's in the kind of box of high risk, no reward. You don't get nothing for fighting Malik Scott. Yeah. I mean, Chisora put him down, and everyone seems to forget that Chisora actually beat this kid. It's almost forgotten that quickly. You get nothing to fight him because he's that risky. He's tall. He's about 6'6", I think. He's 6. Yeah, watch him in sparring, guys. He's a great boxer. Yeah. But again, he's like Paulie Malignaggi. He has no pop. Yeah. If he had pop, we'd be talking about him as the next person for Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko. But he has no pop. But at the same time, he can box. Now, we've not seen Deontay Wilder go past 3 or 4 rounds. What's his cardio like? I think Malik Scott will be that person to take him beyond the 3 or 4 rounds at least. And then we can see if there's a bit more than just power that Deontay Wilder has.
When you've got a skilled boxer like Malik Scott, who knows to cover, knows to move, knows to use defence, can Wilder get those wild swinging shots on him?
I don't think so.
I don't know. But the thing that I found about Malik Scott, I mean, as you all know, we're both huge boxing fans. I remember Malik Scott when he was fresh, when he was a sparring partner. I've got a documentary with Lewis's camp, and Malik Scott's in the background sparring and doing things. I've seen this guy for a long, long time. I never realised why he didn't get a bigger name or a bigger situation for him. When you watch the Chisora fight, the stoppage, it's like he didn't really care when he got stopped.
Yeah.
I don't think his heart's in the game, it's a mental thing. He got dropped down, he wasn't really hurt. He looked at the ref and looked at his corner, kind of nodded his head, and came up at the last second. Yeah. Now, I thought the fight was still fair. The fight was still going on. But when he said the fight's over, he didn't protest. He didn't complain, he just kind of shrugged his shoulders like, all right, then I lost.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, 4 guys undefeated, never lost in bloody God knows how. One draw. Why would you just give?
Even in a post-fight interview, you kind of saw it. You almost expect, with Americans, they're very brash. You know, he's a guy that's covered with tattoos. You almost expect something from him. And he was like, yeah, well, we might do it again. I was thinking, where's the arguments here? Where's the screaming and shouting? Where's the passion? Yeah, and I kind of, which is why I'm so shocked that he's actually got the fight with Deontay Wilder. You kind of wonder if he's just doing it just to get a few paychecks. Not very big paychecks, but paychecks nonetheless. Yeah. And, he's not a young kid anymore either. He looks young, but he's not young at all. He's been around, like Ryan said, sparring the likes of Lennox Lewis way back when. But he's still a dangerous fighter. If he gets his head right, I feel like he could cause an upset here. And this is it. I don't think it will be that big an upset. I'm not on the Deontay Wilder bandwagon. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the Hay clips when him versus Hay sparring. Hay puts him hard, twice wobbly.
Rocks
him badly with head guards. I'm not convinced about Deontay Wilder yet, but we'll see.
See, the problem with Deontay Wilder, as a physical specimen, as a heavyweight,
perfect.
I don't think him and Vladimir Klitschko are like Adonises. I mean, if you want to pick a physical specimen to be a boxer, that's what you want in a heavyweight.
The reach, the height, the muscle, everything.
But Deontay Wilder, like I said, he hasn't fought no one credible. The people he's fought have been way past the prime. Like, say, Lakovic was the WBO champion, 100 years ago. Yeah. Knocking him out in 2 rounds means nothing when the guy ain't fought for bloody 15 months, 16 months. Audley Harrison's a gold medalist from 14 years ago. I mean, people he's fought got names or got things that make them sound interesting, but they're not. And And with all his power, he's wild, he's reckless. You know, with power, you need a little finesse. And Deontay Wilder does not have that.
The thing about the heavyweight division, and I think this is why I think this is why Golden Boy moved him so slowly. And, you know, they're businessmen. That's what they are, first and foremost. Yeah, they're promoters, they're managers, they want to see fights, but they're businessmen. And he's a very big investment for them. Especially with the heavyweight division, American, a good-looking, brash-talking. He's everything of what the older era of the 90s and 80s used to be. You could throw him back in that, and he'll fit in straight away. Vitali's pretty much gone now. We know that. He's going to run for Ukraine presidency. Vladimir's on the way out now. He's a couple mandatory fights and voluntary fights, and he's probably 2 or 3 fights away from going. You take those 2 out of it, and we've got a whole different heavyweight landscape. We've got at least 10 guys that think they can beat each other up. And that's why they've kept Deontay Wilder fresh. I mean, you pushed Deontay Wilder 2-3 years ago. He thought Vladimir had got beat, probably thought Vitali got beat, and we probably wouldn't be talking about him right now. You match him up against any of the heavyweights, he's got a chance, and that's why it's smart matchmaking.
We mentioned in the previous video that take out the Klitschko's, the heavyweight division is very, very tight because everyone could beat everyone, and there's so much.
I don't know about talented. I think that's the wrong word.
I think talent's there.
I think they're all equal. I don't know if they're talented.
I like Brian Jennings. I'm very high on Brian Jennings. I would like to see the winner of this fight Brian Jennings. But again, even though people laugh at Tyson Fury, he's out of shape in his last fight. He didn't do well, but when he puts it together, he puts together a very dedicated, skillful fight. Same with Chisora. They say he's a one-trick pony, but he puts it together.
Trick he's got. That's one trick he's got.
Met the small guy in the division, Ariola, who was the big guy, Steven. It's a very interesting division. David Hay, you got Pulev in Germany, you got all these other
young kids like Joshua coming up.
I mean, the division
is quite stacked.
It's a strong division without the Klitschko's. And if you want to bring excitement back to the division, get these guys in the ring together, starting with this fight.
No, you're right. It is starting with this fight, and I'm looking forward to it. Look, I'm not going to complain about the fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great matchup. It's 2 kids. What we got a record of 67-1. You know, only 1 loss between them, and that was against Chisora. So that's no shame. It's a good fight. It shouldn't be eliminated. I hope they take it away from him and eliminate it. It doesn't deserve it for me, but who knows who wins?
That's a real good question. Who wins? So tell you what, when I look at the last performances, I'm scared for Malik Scott. His mental side didn't look good at the Chisora fight. If he gets hurt or bars got put down and he has that type of attitude, he's going to get stopped or he's going to lose. But then in saying that, this guy's such a tremendous boxer, I can't see him put in that situation. But then Chisora done it. Wilder is faster than Chisora, has more power than Chisora, and his range is than Chisora. So if Chisora done it, Wilder's going to do it. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. Wilder.
Stoppage?
If it's not a stoppage, it'll be a very disheartening performance in the later rounds for Malik Scott, where he won't be in it mentally.
Okay, I'm gonna go for all that. I don't know all that talk beforehand. Don't listen to that. I'm going for Wilder to win as well, but I don't think it's gonna be one of these special. I'm in there for 20 seconds, get paid 30 grand, knock you out. I think Malik Scott's gonna take him into I wouldn't say deep water, but he's definitely gonna answer more questions of Wilder. I think this fight definitely tells us where Wilder is and where his landscape is in terms of the heavyweight division. Is he where people think he is, or is he just a few levels below? I still think he's a few levels below, but I guess this fight will answer everything. But guys, what do you think? Malik Scott, Deontay Wilder, all-American fight here. We haven't seen one of these good ones for a long, long time. It's going to be exciting. Who do you think wins? If they do win, do they both really go on to fight Vladimir? I mean, does Malik Scott, after losing to Chisora, beat Wilder and fight Vladimir? Does Deontay Wilder beat Malik Scott and fight Vladimir? I don't think so. I think there's a few more heavyweight fighters in between. But guys, leave your comments below. Email us at
BoxTalk@hotmail.co.uk.
And guys, thanks for tuning in for another heavyweight edition of BoxTalk.